To meeting all our winners.
Sharply with the carnage that had interrupted the last round of the championship, also at Silverstone a month earlier. In the middle of this lot is the famous name of Maserati, making a rather ignominious return to motorsport. Nick May's car assaulted from all sides on just the second corner of the race. Nick May's frustration obvious because the biturbo coupe, entered with the full backing of Maserati's research section in Modena, in Italy, was embarked on a season where the emphasis is on development rather than rebuilding. £27,000 on the road, and for the team, a month of intense work to get the car ready for the Grand Prix round. A schedule, needless to say, they met.
Nick, it's not quite the back end that we last saw at Silverstone. How much work has gone into preparing the car again for this race?
Tremendous amount. In actual fact, they've had to virtually...
29 on the grid, and conditions could hardly be worse. Soaking wet with Andy Rouse in pole position ahead of 8 other Ford Sierra Cosworth RS 500s. In 10th place, championship leader Frank Sittner's BMW M3. And the problem's going to be just keeping it on the track. So, Andy Rouse to the left in pole position, Rob Gravitt to the right. Away they go, straight towards us at Copse Corner. And Gravitt's got a good start. He's going to go into Copse in the lead. He does. It's Andy Rouse second, Mike Newman third, Graham Good in fourth position, then Marnie, and that's Mike Smith, leading Class B. On to Maggots now, the left-hander. Gravitt. Then it's Andy Rouse. Behind them, it's Newman, Graham Good, Marnie, and Edwards. Now down the hanger straight. And Rob Gravitt has got Andy Rouse right in his slipstream. Andy's coming out to try and take him on the inside as they go into the right-handed Stowe corner. They approach it at about 140 miles an hour, even today. With Guy Edwards as Marnie goes past, and Marnie goes straight past Graham Good as well, and through on the inside goes Carl Jones in the yellow and blue car. Onto the grass, Carl Jones is off. So now it is up towards Club Corner, out of Club Corner. Rob Gravitt leading, number 10 in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. Tight up behind him is Andy Rouse with a big ball of spray in front of him. And now, coming up to the complex, towards the end of the lap, the left and the right, with Rob Gravitt leading, coming through to complete the first lap. Into the left-hander, and Gravitt loses it. Rouse goes through into the lead. Oh, poor Rob Gravitt. Now he's got to wait there while the rest of them stream through, and he's losing places all the time. He's rejoining. And he gets back in at 15th place. He has lost 15 places stationary there as the rest go down to Copse. That's Ratzenberger in the BMW leading Mike Smith in the white car. And here is Jerry Marnie challenging Mike Newman, going through on the inside. Guy Edwards, then Good. And there is Ratzenberger with Smith almost rubbing his rear bumper as they go round the right-hander at Copse. Now on to Maggots again. Andy Rouse has got a 7-second lead, and it's Marnie second, Newman third, then Guy Edwards. This is Tim Harvey, number 5, in 5th position. Good behind him in 6th place. And then the BMWs. Ratzenberger 7th, Mike Smith in 8th position. Lawrence Bristow 9th behind them as they go round Chapel. Guy Edwards, and ahead is Newman, Mike Newman, Ford Sierra Cosworth in 3rd position, and we're about to take it. I think we've got the momentum. Yes, going through 3rd position at Stowe. And there's Tim Harvey in 5th position, Graham Good, then the BMW battle continuing, and Bristow is in 9th position. There he goes behind Mike Smith's BMW as they go on to Club Corner. The 2 BMWs with Graham Good. This is about an 85 miles an hour corner. Those BMWs have got less power than the Sierra ahead, but they're keeping up in the wet. Abbey curve. Over 130 miles an hour. Marnie second there. Guy Edwards in 3rd position. Onto the complex. Marnie, Edwards. That's Newman. Then with the lights on, it's Harvey. And Bristow spins. He hasn't touched anybody. Incredible. Yes, he does. He hits Carl Jones. Rob Gravett struggles through, and Mike O'Brien stationary in the hold and getting away. Now this is Nick May. We are in car in the bi-turbo Maserati with Nick May. Out of the complex, on towards Woodcote. Passed by Tony Crudgington's 1600cc Toyota Corolla. Past the old chicane. And now, Baggots and on to Chapel. Andy Rouse is ahead. Then Marnie. Then Guy Edwards. And there they are. Number 8, Jerry Marnie. Number 21 in the blue and white car behind it, Guy Edwards in third position. And this is Guy Edwards. Ahead of us is Marnie, and you can see what the conditions are like. Guy Edwards pulls out to the right, he's going through, he's taking Marnie. This is about 140 miles an hour down Hanger Straight into Stowe Corner at about 95, even in these conditions. So, Guy Edwards up into second place in the second Caliber Ford Sierra. Andy Rouse still leading. And now Jerry Marnie is having to take all the spray as he looks through the windscreen ahead of him at Guy Edwards, pulling away as they go up towards Abbey at about 135 miles an hour, the sweeping left-hander. From Abbey onto the complex, underneath the bridge first, Edwards second, Marnie in third position, then it's Harvey, Newman is fifth, and behind Mike Newman, Mike Smith in the white BMW has got ahead of Ratzenberger. Look, there it is, as they come up to the left-hander. And Ratzenberger's hitting Smith as they go into the left-hander there, and he's lost it. Ratzenberger spins, out of contention. Past him go 2, 3, half a dozen cars, and he's got to wait there to find a space to get into the action again. So now down to Cops. There is Jerry Marnie. Edwards has gone through. Here is Tim Harvey in fourth position. Mike Smith, there he is, and he's going off. Mike Smith's going off. Oh, straight into the tar barrier. That looks a very nasty one indeed. The rear bumper's ripped off. The front of the car looks as though it's stoved in, but the door moves. And incredibly, Mike Smith has undone his safety belts, and he's getting out, and he looks perfectly okay. He even smiles at the marshals, who give him a hand up to safety. Over the sleeper wall. Is he all right? Ignition off.
What happened, mate? You saw it, didn't you? Can you come down the bank? Huh?
And here it is again, full right lock, and Mike Smith ploughs straight on into the tyre wall at about 90 miles an hour. Nearly took our cameraman with him too. And now look at this, Rob Gravett is up to 5th from 15th, and Frank Sidner is going like smoke. Look at the BMW number 33 there. He goes past Mike Newman up into 7th place, and he's been handed the Class B leadership on a plate. Club corner. Sidner's really motoring in the BMW. He leads the championship. Now he's leading his class, and he's chasing Jones, Carl Jones. 320 horsepower looks just about right at Silverstone today. But here's a man with nearly 500 horsepower. Andy Rouse in the Ford Sierra Cosworth, leading and leading by a long way. Guy Edwards is second, Marnie is third, Harvey is in 4th place, Gravett is in 5th place, Jones is 6th. They are all in Ford Sierras as the superb Andy Rouse, 1/3 distance completed, comes down to Cops. And at the complex and Woodcote, it's Carl Jones. And look at the back of his car, a lot of the trim is coming off. Sidner is hanging on in 7th position, good for at least another 9 points for a class win. Out of Woodcote and into the complex, and that's Dennis Leach losing the Rover. He lost it at Thruxton, and now he's lost it at Silverstone. Ratzenberger goes through, Mike O'Brien goes through, and now in car with Nick May. He's coming up to the Rover, let's hope he can avoid it. He sweeps to the right, he does so, and Nick May in the bi-turbo Maserati is now ahead of Tony Crudgington's Toyota Corolla. Going into Woodcote, look at the surface, look how wet and slippery and slidey it is. Now onto Cops Corner. The single wiper flailing in front, trying to keep the rain off the windscreen. Something is wrong with Ratzenberger. Look at the front of his BMW. The whole of the apron at the front's being dragged along the ground. But he has made fastest lap in Class B. And meantime, the crumpled Jones Sierra is still 7th. There is Sittner in 8th position, ahead of Bristow and Newman. And Mark Goddard is in trouble in the striped car in front. In the escort, Jeremy Rossiter passes him. And out of Abbey, the Caliber cars are first and second, because here is Guy Edwards, number 21, in second place. In the background, Jerry Marnie coming up towards us, the man who won the first round. And here is Harvey, and Rob Gravitt is catching him. Rob Gravitt in the blue and white car has come up all the way from 15th to 5th, an incredible drive. He's right up with Harvey as they go out of the right-hander, up towards Woodcote. So it's Marnie in 3rd position, then Harvey. Gravitt is trying to go through on the inside of Harvey as they come out of Woodcote. Down the straight towards Copse. There is Marnie in 3rd position. Here is Harvey still in that 4th place. And Gravitt is going through. Incredible. Rob Gravitt takes the inside line and makes it his as he pulls away towards Beckett. He's gone up into 4th position from 15th. On towards Baggett's now. Gravitt is pulling away, over 450 horsepower in the Andy Rouse prepared car. Behind him, Tim Harvey in 5th position. And further back at Copse, there's a 4-car scrap for Class Honours. Here's Andy Middlehurst, VW, leading Class C, and right behind him in the white Toyota, Phil Dowsett, leading Class D, and he's 3rd in the overall championship. And behind him, Shed and Jeffrey in their VWs. Stowe Corner, Guy Edwards 2nd, coming towards us, Jerry Marnie in 3rd position, looking pretty secure. There he goes. He's followed in 4th place by Rob Gravitt, and here's Tim Harvey, number 5, in 5th position. Round Stowe, on to Chapel, and it's the amazing Phil Dowsett in the white 1600cc Toyota, still up with the larger engine VW Golf. 55 is James Shed, 2nd in Class C. And Nick May's pretty left-hand drive Maserati by Turbo is looking good. Stowe Corner, Andy Middlehurst in the VW, leading Class C. Shed and Jeffrey are right behind him now in their VWs. They've got ahead of Phil Dowsett, but number 70, Dowsett in the Toyota, is leading Class D by a long way. Up to the complex, and Bristow on the right is challenging Carl Jones. Into the complex, Bristow is ahead, he's up to 6th position. Carl Jones goes down to 7th place. Out of the right-hander, very slippery indeed. Frank Sidner is behind them. So there's Bristow, Jones, Woodcote, Frank Sidner in the BMW. That was Tim Harvey going through. Here's Bristow, number 19 in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. There goes Carl Jones, and Frank Sidner is getting closer and closer to the Ford in front. Sidner's really on a charge in the 320 horsepower BMW M3 as he goes into Maggots. Andy Rouse leads Class A. Frank Sidner on the right, leading Class B, challenging Carl Jones. Carl Jones at Beckett keeps the Ford Sierra ahead as he goes into the corner. Sidner taking the spray, coming out behind him. He's going to challenge into Chapel. But at the complex, another spinner, David Luden in his Corolla, 2nd in Class D. He was, but no more. Stowe Corner. Jones is dropping back. Sidner on the right is now up with Mike Newman in 7th position, and he's ahead of Graham Good. 43-year-old Frank Sidner from Nottingham is on his way. And so is Nick May. This is the Maserati Bi-Turbo's first full race. Completely rebuilt from the crumpled wreckage of its first appearance, and it's going well. So Andy Rouse leads, Guy Edwards 2nd, Marnie 3rd, Gravitt 4th, Harvey 5th and Bristow 6th. 6 Sierras and 4 of them Andy Rouse prepared. Andy Rouse laps Dennis Leach, and now he's going to catch and pass Nick May. There's the maroon Maserati in front of him. And now, Nick May says, pass on the right, Andy, so look for the fall. There it is. Andy Rouse laps Nick May, gives him the spray, pulls away, gets his foot down, 4 times British champion Andy Rouse. Top man, top car, top preparation, and you can't beat that. Nick May's just watching the Ford Sierra Cosworth pull away as he goes up a gear, down hanger straight. Soon he'll go down through the gearbox into the right-hander at Stowe. There he goes, down the gear. Turns in too far. He's spinning, he's lost it, he slides off. And there's someone spinning at Chapel. Look at the top, it's Rob Rabbit. Edwards goes through in 2nd position as Nick May gets away. And behind Marnie in 3rd place, look at this scrap for 4th. Bristow on the left, Harvey in the middle, and Rob Rabbit passing Rossiter's Escort on the outside at Stowe. 3 of them virtually together. Rabbit closing up, Rabbit going through. Rabbit goes up to 5th ahead of Harvey. He's chasing Bristow in 4th position now. With just 2 laps to go, the battle is really on for 3rd place, because Lawrence Bristow is right up with Jerry Marnie's Sierra number 8, both well clear of Tim Harvey and Rob Rabbit. So there is Jerry Marnie in the Ford Sierra Cosworth. In fact, it's Ford Sierra Cosworth all the way as they go into Copse. Marnie, number 8 from Hook. Bristow, number 19 from Cranley. Marnie has had a win and 3 3rd places in the series so far. Bristow's had a 2nd and a 4th. Now they're coming out of Maggotts. Down to Beckett's, the right-hander. Bristow has got it all to do. He's got to try and catch Jerry Marnie and then get past him, and that's going to be very tricky indeed, because there is no dry line. 1 false move and he'll aquaplane off the surface. Jerry Marnie. Behind him is Bristow, ahead of him is Stowe Corner, and the long, fast, 135 miles an hour today, hanger straight. Can he keep Lawrence Bristow behind him? I should think he can, into the right-hander at Stowe. And look at the spray that Lawrence Bristow is having to take as they come out of Stowe, down towards Club, and at the complex ahead of them, it's Rouse into his last lap. It's been a perfect race, including a fastest lap at 95.6 miles an hour in today's conditions. A quite incredible achievement. Andy Rouse is going to make it 5 wins in 7 races into the last lap. Less than 3 miles now between him and that very, very welcome checkered flag for victory. The complex. Bristow is right up with Marnie. Whoops, he nearly loses it coming out of the complex on the way to Woodcote. Now they are going into their last 2.96 miles over the line, into the last lap. Rouse leads, Edwards 2nd, Marnie 3rd, Bristow 4th, Ford 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. It's just like the McLarens in Formula 1. And they're closing up now on Graham Hathaway's yellow Sierra. Graham Hathaway, the ex-Rallycross champion, lapped by both Marnie and Bristow as they go into Beckett's for the last time. There's about 2/3 of a lap left now for Marnie to stay in front or for Bristow to get past. Which is he going to be? Well, there's Guy Edwards, 2nd. It's his highest place since his comeback. And there are the VWs fighting each other as down to Stowe for the last time. Marnie comes through, Bristow behind him. And Marnie's drifting wide, Bristow's going through on the inside. Right in the last knockings of the race, Bristow goes through and up into 3rd place, and this is what Jerry Marnie sees through his windscreen. As Andy Rouse comes out of the complex, he is almost home to see that checkered flag and win round 7 of the Dunlop British Touring Car Championship of 1988. He does it, and Shed goes off as Marnie chases Bristow. Bristow's going to come through in 3rd position. Guy Edwards has finished 2nd. And sure enough, it's Lawrence Bristow 3rd and Jerry Marnie in 4th position as a jubilant Andrew Jeffrey takes his first ever class win in the VW. Bristow going through, Marnie with his lights ablaze. So a dominant win for Andy Rouse. An excellent second for Guy Edwards, Bristow third and Jerry Marney fourth.
8th place there for Frank Sittner, and the all-important class win that preserves his championship lead at the end of a race that favoured the cautious more than the brave.